Every society has a breaking point, a moment when peace is tested, when survival is threatened. For the Iteso people, when danger approached, when cattle were targeted, when territory was challenged, when families were at risk, one group stood at the front. They were not chosen by force, they were chosen by duty. And they were called IKARBWOK. The IKARBWOK were the warriors and defenders, but they were more than fighters. They were the shield of the community. At a time where there were no borders, no national armies, no police, trained, trusted, and disciplined, the IKARBWOK carried the responsibility of protection, not just of land, but of life itself. Among the Iteso, war was never random violence. It was controlled, it was defensive, and it was guided by elders. The IKARBWOK did not wake up looking for conflict. They responded when the community was threatened. They guarded settlements, they protected grazing lands, they defended cattle from raids, and they escorted families during migration. Strength without purpose was dangerous, and among the Iteso, purpose always came before power. An IKARBWOK warrior was not born overnight. From a young age, boys within warrior lineage were shaped through daily life. They learned endurance by walking long distance. They learned discipline by obeying elders. They learned awareness by watching the land, the animals, and the people. Weapons were tools, not symbols of status. The spears were respected because it protected life, not because it took it. A warrior who could not control himself was considered a liability. Power without restraint was never admired. The IKARBWOK followed a strict moral code, passed down through generations. They were forbidden from harming the weak. They were forbidden from using force for personal gain. They were forbidden from acting without the approval of elders. Honor mattered more than victory. Discipline mattered more than aggression. A warrior who broke this rule lost trust, and without trust, he lost his place in the community. Among the Iteso, cattle were life. They were food. They were wealth. They were bride price. They were security for the future. Raid threatened the very survival of families. When cattle were attacked, the IKARBWOK responded. They protected marriages, lineage, and the next generation. Their role was not glory, it was continuity. Despite their strength, the IKARBWOK did not rule society. Elders decided when to fight. Elders decided when to negotiate. Elders decided when peace was more valuable than victory. The warriors executed decisions, they did not make them. This balance prevented chaos. It ensured that wisdom always guided strength. With firearms came a different kind of warfare. Slowly, the traditional role of the Ikaribwok faded. Spears were replaced by laws. Elders were replaced by courts. Community defense became state responsibility. But while the role changed, the values did not disappear. Today, being Ikaribwok is no longer about carrying weapons. It is about responsibility, about protecting the vulnerable, about standing up for truth, about serving the community without exploitation. The warrior spirit survived, not in battlefield, but in character. The Ikaribwok reminds us that strength alone does not protect a society. Discipline does. Wisdom does. Responsibility does. They were not defined by war, but by duty. In the next episode, we turn to a different kind of survival. Irara, the hunters and gatherers who sustained life when food was scarce.
NITV Kenya, documenting change, inspiring communities.